So this is the quest I'm currently on. I really think I need to just go back in there and defeat every single quote-unquote mechanized occupant down there is. Okay, we got a random bird in the way. I'll just quietly walk around it. There's still 4 prototypes just walking about. I'll just go defeat all 4 and see what happens. Okay, I'm still on my Aragorn deck. Still running him at the moment. Yeah, opening with Mox Pearl and a land, so we're just gonna, turn 1 Fairy Mastermind. Yeah, swing for 2, I guess. I'll just kill that with Lage. That search engine, I'll just get rid of it. I see both of us not really finding like that many lands, huh? Oh. Okay, it's in the graveyard. Oh, this is in the hand. Machine over matter, so that got bounced back to my hand. I guess recast that. I might as well just put the Hull Breacher down. Go for the Throat Destroy Hull Breacher. I'll just Spell Pierce that away. Okay, yeah, now I guess I get to play Aragorn. Oh yeah, I still have the crown though. Yeah, might as well cast something else first, because then I actually get 2 Sage of the Skies if I do that. If I cast another spell first. Show and tell, each player puts a card. Each player may choose an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land card from their hand and put that permanent into play. When Portal of Phyrexia enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. Okay, but then again, it actually has to get back to my opponent's upkeep for it to continue doing things. Needs to get back to his turn to actually revive something. I'm just simply not going to let that happen. I don't believe I need the Crystal Quarry. Okay, there's at least 2 lands in here, so I'll try this. Okay, that's the one that every time he plays an artifact, it just gets a +1/+1 counter. Well, the first time he does it anyways. And it can easily give itself Death Touch too in a dedicated artifact deck. Island. Pass. Because I don't want this to start getting big. Alright, Mantis Rider, just attack for 3. Okay, so it's gonna come down as a 3/5 with reach and trample. Understood. Unfortunately, yeah, you come in tapped, I see. Reach, so... yeah, this can block my Mantis Rider, so I'm just gonna have to pass it on back. Yeah, until I can just kind of get this off the board. And yeah, this can do it. Parallax Wave will definitely work. During your upkeep, if one of your opponents controls 3 or more creatures, sacrifice Defense of the Heart. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards and put them directly onto the battlefield. If I don't control 3 or more creatures, I got nothing to worry about, simply put. Look at the top card of target player's library and I put that card on the bottom? I guess whatever that is, I'll put it on bottom. Okay, immediately back to me. Let's see if I just win here. Yep. I think I'll just keep the Talisman. I think I'll keep the key as well. If I ever find myself playing like an artifact-heavy deck, would be nice to have a way to actually untap those artifacts. And then there's also, yeah, make a creature unable to be blocked this turn. There's that too. There's that too, if I don't mind paying 3 mana for it, the ability. We'll keep this and this, I guess. Still 2 more of these prototypes left. Assuming defeating everything in here is what I had to do. Let's just get this on the field. Go for the throat, destroy Senu. Yep, so that's gonna die. Alright, cast Hull Breacher and maybe swing with that next turn? Maybe that could attack next turn, let's see. Alright, so flying, and he's gonna stride too. I'll just put down my commander. An enchanted creature deals damage to a player. Return target creature that player controls to its owner's hand. Yeah, I can just foil that with Cyclonic Rift. In response to the aura trying to be attached to the creature. I'll put that back into my opponent's hand as well. Okay, sure. I guess meanwhile I'm also gonna... okay, maybe not. Okay, that has to be blue mana, definitely. Yeah, now I can at least... yeah, now I can play that in response, so let's just put this on the field. Attack with all of these. Then I'll just pass it on back. Let's see what I find off of a Brainstorm. Yeah, I gotta put 2 cards back. I'll just kill him with Lightning Bolt. Tap target non-creature artifact. I didn't know there was a land that could like easily do that. Sacrifice Boombox, destroy up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 target creature, and up to 1 target land. 2 to put this thing on the field, and then 6 to actually activate the ability. Okay, we have 2 lands in here. Didn't really have a turn 1 play, so this is gonna come in tapped. Oh right, it's the guy with the teething wormlets. I'll just Essence Scatter this thing. Oh, okay, there's another land. Plenty of things I can still do on his turn, though, regardless. I guess just to maybe feel like we're doing something. I don't know, I just want to play something at least. Okay, that's just the golem that gives him a bit of life. I mean, you can play it for 7 and get like 6 life when it enters in a 6/5. Or you could just pay less mana to get something smaller. Yeah, he flies, and I'm just gonna gain 2 life just by doing damage to him anyway, so sure, why not? I'm gonna mana leak this thing. There we go. I was looking for my 4th land. Was really wondering where that was. Okay, that one's gonna resolve. This is gonna resolve too. Yeah, that's the one with Reach and Trample. I mean, then again, I'm the Monarch, so I can just attack with Aragorn and nothing he asks can actually block. I'm just gonna throw a Lightning Helix at the 3/3 and get rid of it. Attack with everybody, actually. Alright, where's Snapcaster? Flashback the Helix. Just end the game that way. Oh, nice. Birthing pod. Mog Hollows. Tap to add one colorless or tap to add red or green. If you do that, then this won't untap during the next untap step. Yeah, it's basically like that cycle of Ice Age lands, but this one, like, yeah, but not quite as bad. You have an option to tap for colorless if you just want to, like, make sure the land will untap next turn. But yeah, I still wouldn't play this. I'm still not playing this regardless. Oh wow, interesting. Ideally, I just put this in like a mono blue deck though, but that's... yeah, I get to like 6 islands, then you literally just draw a card for free every turn. Granted, I don't really think I have any plans to play a mono blue deck, so... Alright, so now what? That I've defeated everybody in here, now what? Everyone's been beaten. Oh, apparently you can use that while you're down here too. The speed boosts. I just want to get out of here quicker, I suppose. Because I really don't see anything else to do down here at the moment. Yeah, I feel like I've definitely like already interacted with everything down here. So my quest log, yeah, it's still saying the same thing as before. Did I not search hard enough? I do believe I tried to interact with every single piece of machinery I possibly could. Okay, that we can't really do anything with either, right? Hello, and yeah, welcome to the stream. You just found Forge Adventure 2? Yeah, it is indeed amazing. I already have, yeah, like, so many commander decks. Brings you back to all Chandelar days, long before anyone even thought of playing Magic the Gathering with a commander. Of course, there's the option to just simply play, like, quote-unquote, yeah, Magic the way it's always been played. If I don't know how to continue the quest line, then so be it. There's just so many other things to go and do regardless. They called it Elder Dragon Highlander or something. Yeah, I heard that back in the day it was just like a small group of judges who played. Pretty much the only like legendaries they played were like literally the 5 Elder Dragons from Legends back in the day. It was like 5 people had to play, and each one of them had to play like one of the legendary like 3-color Elder Dragons from Legends. And I think it was like, if you get hit by the same Elder Dragon in combat 3 times, you lose the game. Yeah, take damage 3 times from a single commander, you lose the game. I mean, obviously, if we take something that's like 1 mana, and only like make the win con that only needs to do damage 3 times, yeah, that would be really unbalanced, so... Yeah, now you might know that as the 21 damage rule. So yeah, speaking of decks, I currently have a lot of them going in rotation. Mono White Daxos because this is literally the one I started the game with. This is the one I literally started this playthrough with. But not exactly this deck as it was. I did pick up quite a few upgrades for it. But yeah, Mono White Daxos. Who even plays this? Yeah, it's basically just like a Soul Warden in the command zone. Okay, also like if a creature dies, you gain life. You can make its toughness... Yeah, sure, you can easily make it get to like 10 plus toughness, but really, what are you gonna do with that? Can Power 9 be found in regular Adventure? As far as I know, yes. I think one of the end bosses, like, always drops, like, a specific piece of power, but it can only defeat Emrakul once. On a slightly older version of Forge Adventure, I came across Ancestral Recall and Time Walk just by buying the blue booster packs. Because they can apparently have any blue cards in the game, even absolutely broken stuff like Time Walk and Ancestral. Not sure if maybe they took those out because, yeah, like, just let anybody have Ancestral Recall seems a little busted. That was a huge part of the fun of OG Chandelar, making a stupid, indeed, making a stupid powerful deck with cards you will probably, not really like never get to play, you will probably never own them either. You will probably like never own like one of the actual original Moxen or a Black Lotus or a Time Walk or anything like that. Yeah, this is the deck I was just piloting most recently. Basically, I just want to cast Aragorn, become the Monarch. Yeah, once I have this crown, I draw an extra card every single turn. Unless my opponent does combat damage to me and then they can take that card advantage for themselves. So yeah, basically you just cast this and then you just you just fill your deck full of, okay, Brainstorm for like good card advantage. Bunch of low-cost removal, disruption, counter magic, you name it. And also some really good, cheap, efficient creatures as well. Yeah, really good card selection, card advantage for 1 mana. Apparently Ragavan is a thing that actually exists, so that's in here too. Not a matter of fact. Because at that point, we'd be talking like, what, 93, 94? Yeah, just a bunch of low-cost disruption. Stuff like Swords to Plowshares. Lightning Bolt also, I mean, I guess unless the opponents play creatures that are too big or they start with too much life. I mean, there's like another like niche variant of Commander that I play a lot of. It's specifically tailored to like 1 versus 1 experience, and instead of starting with 40 life, you start with 20, and there's no Commander damage rule. More likely than not, you just kind of like you just kill your opponent because they did like 20 damage to them anyways, because they start on 20 life. I believe it should do it automatically for the most part. I didn't have much trouble getting the card arts in. So yeah, it's basically just like a bunch of like cheap disruptions, counterspells, removal. Really like potent, but yeah, like easy to cast, small creatures. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can just kind of like easily discard this just to go get an island if you don't want to cast it. And then this, I'm usually casting for way less than 8 mana because of Delve. As far as like the cards I have that I actually like spend more than 3 mana to go cast, technically Wan Shi Tong, because I can put as much mana into this as I have. Yeah, Flame Tongue Kavu, Chase the Mind Sculptor, One Ring. This guy. Draw 2, discard 1 every turn, and also make a 1/1 pilot. And how can we forget Parallax Wave? I think you're sort of noticing a theme with like the mana curves on all my decks right now. Except for maybe that first one I showed. Yeah, this one I'm typically just trying to like play Yoshimaru turn 1 every game. And as many legendary creatures in this color combo as I can possibly find. This commander makes all my creatures do damage with their toughness instead of their power, and anything that has defender, so basically, I don't know, a wall, can attack as though it wasn't a wall. This is the one I put together most recently. Again, you can easily just discard this for a plains, discard this for an island. You can just warp this in for 2 mana. Cast it for 2 mana, but then it just goes away, and you have to recast it for 5 on a later turn. And that's just Treasure Cruise again. Also, this thing is a land on the back. Yeah, this is basically, yeah, nobody can target this with anything. You ideally just want to slap good equipment and auras onto this thing to make it even harder to block, if still possible to block. And yeah, you just beat your opponent down with like the 4/4 angel it makes every combat. And of course, you back that up with, again, good removal and good counter magic. White has a lot of good removal options, blue has the counter magic. Yeah, I know it looks kind of boring, but it's practical. And these are all the legendary creatures I currently have in my collection, and there's one I also want to try and build a deck for. I want to give this one a spin, see how potent that actually is. I like the idea of potentially being able to steal some really big creatures from my opponent for myself. Even this, just by itself, when it enters, I can just put the -1/-1 counter on 2 things. And yeah, don't kill both things in the same turn if I want to take both things for myself. Yo, imagine making this my commander. I forgot this was a legendary creature. I forgot I had Ragnar. Okay, now we're really going back in time. Oh my god, Uro, Titan of Nasir's Wrath. This was maybe another deck I potentially wanted to try. If I could just get my hands on enough good instants and sorceries with like stupidly high mana values to just cast for free. And also just make my opponent lose a bunch of life. It's a very legitimately powerful control deck and dual commander also. Well, let's see what I can throw together with this guy right here. I'm pretty sure I could come up with something good with what I have currently. So, let's just go for it. Reaper, King No More. Let's see what I can do with that. I'm gonna probably play all the channel lands that I have, especially like that Boseiju. Okay, that does +1/+1 counters. I guess if I need to make my stuff uncounterable, ever. That's a no-brainer. Meanwhile, I wish there was just maybe like a way to search the cards for specific terms or creature types or whatnot. For example, if you want to build a deck around Reaper King No More and actually take full advantage of the -1/-1 counter synergies, it would be nice if there was an, I don't know, an option to say type -1/-1 counter and get all the cards that mention that in their text. That always comes in tap, unfortunately. I'm not gonna have any planes or islands in a Jund deck, clearly. It's still fun though, don't get me wrong. I'll even have a Mishra's Workshop if I ever want to use it. Add 3 to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells. It is all colorless though, but still, dang. But if I play my commander with like only colorless, it's gonna cost 6 still. Whereas I could just, I don't know, simply make all 3 colors of mana that he is and just cast him for 3. I think that makes way more sense anyways. Okay, that's a land I can just sack to draw a card later. We can fetch into, yeah, any swamp with that delta. Any basic land with that vista. Okay, yeah, I gotta play Stomping Ground. Give us like 1 swamp, I guess. How many lands do we already have? I think I'll play this too. Another Surveil land. Maybe I can fit that Strip Mine in. Wooded Foothills. Probably gonna play this too. Yeah, we'll just play it anyways. I think I'll maybe do one more land maximum. Or I could just play a bunch of low-cost mana dorks and hopefully they could just make up for the fact that there are only 37 lands in here. I'll put 1 more land in. And yeah, because just so I can, I don't know, play some cards I normally have to play on turn 3, say on turn 2. Let's go grab all of the 1 mana, like, mana dorks that I have in my collection also, and just throw them in. Okay, yeah, that 2 can go in. I think I'll just start with my creature cards. Okay, I want to play Ragavan in here too. Yeah, we'll play our good old Emperor of Bones again. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, they lose 2 life. We'll give this a try also. Sideline that if I find myself against a deck where the opponent wants to draw a lot of cards. Yeah, obviously bring in Orcish Bowmasters in that case. I also want to give this guy a try as well. There's probably some good creatures to search up with this, let's be real. I think I'll give the Indoraptor a spin as well. And we'll give this a go as well. I really like the idea of being able to completely shut off life gain for the rest of the game, so that too. Blood-Red Elf. This just makes it so they lose life, they lose twice as much life instead. Create a 1/1 black and green worm creature token every single turn if this thing can just consistently stay alive. Yeah, if I can find ways to increase this thing's power, then that could get out of hand quickly. Oh wait, Oroboroid can increase its own power. Yeah, give it like 2-3 turns and then like... Yeah, just imagine what my board would look like if that just gets to live for a couple turns. Yeah, this can just destroy a non-land permanent my opponent controls, both on entering and dying, and doesn't even target. And it won't even target, by the way. I'm gonna put both of these in because I just recently came across a Birthing Pod. They have converted mana cost 7. Yeah, I think this can just stay behind though. How many creatures do I now have in here? 31? I think that's already like plenty. We could probably do a lot with this already, surely now. Surely we can do a bunch with that. We'll actually give this guy a try as well, the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Yeah, I think at this point I'm just about done picking out creatures that I have. Yeah, granted I actually have to cycle or discard other cards. If I don't have, like, Raffine to help me just do this, like, if I don't have, like, something in my command zone that does it, that lets me discard cards. That's another one of my commanders that just goes absolutely amazing with this. But if I'm not playing, yeah, if I'm not playing Raffine, I have to find other ways to cycle and discard cards. Do I just put a bunch of these, like, cards with very low cycling costs in, and then just try and cheat them into play? Of course we do. Of course we'll give this a try. believe, yeah, this puts us at, like, what, 35 creatures, which I think is going to be enough. Let me now just start scanning through the other card types that we got. Okay, yeah, I'm playing Tainted Pact. I'm gonna play a bunch of cards to just, yeah, destroy my opponent's creatures. Maybe this too, because, I mean, it's also a land on the back, so... Sure. Choose one. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature, each opponent sacrifices a creature token, or each opponent sacrifices a planeswalker. Whenever Up the Beanstalk enters, and whenever you cast a spell with mana value of 5 or greater, draw a card. Yeah, I can easily, with my mana base, cast Reaper King No More for 3, but no matter, like, how you cast it, it's always going to count as something with a mana value of 6. So yeah, cast your commander, just draw a card for free. Let's give this a go then. Destroy target artifact, creature, or planeswalker. For 3 mana, but still, sounds pretty nice. I might put that in. Destroy any non-land permanent. For 3. Okay, the right half of this is basically reanimate, but only from your graveyard. For only 2 mana still. I'd play it. Also animate dead. Yeah, you better believe we're playing that also. I'll put the lightning bolt back in. I'll just do this one. I'm not gonna say no to Skull Clamp. There's probably some really good stuff to unearth, but I want to bring the really big creatures back from my graveyard, if anything. I want to try Liliana of the Veil again. Oh, we have Necropotence even. But if I'm trying to get stuff into my graveyard to just cheat back into play, I guess I'd pass on that. Not gonna say no to One Ring. This is also a land on the back, so we'll put that in too. Not gonna say no to Deadly Rolick. It's just a free removal if I control my commander. Snuff Out, I can just cast for 0 just by simply controlling a swamp and paying 4 life. Not gonna say no to that either. Destroy target non-outlaw creature. Okay. Renin 6. I want to give that a spin too, the Renin 6. Yes, and we're almost done making another deck because I want to play yet another legendary creature as my commander. Okay, the Dismember. That's my 99 cards. Okay, can we just, yeah, like, see everything in here? I'm gonna try, I want to give that a spin as my commander. I believe, yeah, this came out just, like, last month. And I can tribute it with Birthing Pod and just go into one of my 7 mana creatures. Because the way, like, the 2-grid mana works. You have, like, 3 mana symbols here. You can pay this one by paying either 2 of any kind of mana or 1 black, and then rinse and repeat for red and green. So that makes it have a total mana value of 6, even though you can easily cast this for 3 with a good mana base. So we'll just Birthing Pod, sacrifice it, and go into something that costs 7 mana. And these are the 2 best 7 drops I have, so we'll just roll with it. Now, if I had Eldritch Evolution, because that can sacrifice something and cheat something to the play with convert a mana cost equal to what you sacrifice plus 2. If I had that, I'd just sacrifice and then go straight to Griselbrand. Where is Griselbrand in here? Yeah, I know I had it somewhere. Yeah, it should be in here with the other 8 drops, but it isn't. Am I not looking at my creatures? Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Okay, why am I not playing Demonic Tutor in my deck? Really now, why am I not playing this? Let's just cut one of our lands I don't think we need. Let's save our game. Actually let's actually take this deck out for a spin. I don't know why. Exploring this site, I've defeated everyone inside, but nothing has really happened, so I'm just gonna go and do my own things. I guess until I maybe figure out what the hell is going on, I'll do my own things. Oh, I have a lot of cards to sell, apparently. Now we're even richer than ever. Now we're even richer than before. And even after that, I still have, like, what, 40,000 gold to my name. I don't even believe I need to be carrying that much at any given moment in time, anyways. I don't even need to carry, like, upwards of 40,000 gold. I'll just put, like, another 10,000 of it into mana shards. You don't lose any of those if anybody defeats you. But you do lose some of your money. So let's just put, like, 10k into more mana shards, because why not? Legends. Marvel Spider-Man. How would a draft of Legends even work? How would that even, like, play out? A booster draft of Legends, if it is what I think it is. I mean, it's just literally, the town's literally just right there, so... How would this even, like, play out exactly? Don't the packs, I think, like, some of the really, really old packs have only, like, 8 cards in them? Yeah, we must have, like, I don't know, more than 3 packs that we ripped through to build our decks with, if... How will this actually work? Only one way to find out. Yeah, event type, booster draft, legend set. Okay, apparently there are 15. Apparently there are 15 cards in here. I thought there were only 8 in some of these old packs. So yep, you can draft cards from 1994. If one of the towns is offering it. Dwarven Forge, I'm not even sure what that is. I believe it's more or less its own, like, sort of standalone, like, fan game. I can make every creature have haste. Apparently I don't know which cards I want to play. Okay, that would be huge. Yeah, if I need like 6 lands typically to cast it, it's gonna be at least a 6/6. Okay, that can just kill something with 2 or less toughness by itself, so... And there's another immolation. Just counter a spell that would try and destroy one of your lands. I don't expect this to really be a thing that can kill me. I don't expect my opponent to just be like playing a ton of spells that just destroy my lands, so we'll pass on that. If player has less than 4 cards in hand, Stormworld does 1 damage to that player for each card less than 4. Giant Turtle. 2/4 that can only really attack every other turn, but I'll still take it. Protection from black. Every time it does damage to an opponent, gets a +1/+1 counter at end of turn. Yeah, I'll take the Dervish. All players, yeah, play with their hands revealed. I think this is probably maybe like this or maybe the best cards in the pack. Creatures with a Mountain Walk may be blocked as if they did not have that ability. No thank you. Okay, these things are flying. All your green legends ban with other legends, and the land won't even make mana by itself. Alright, we'll take the Black Woman. Okay, there's another one. I'll take another Fire Sprites. Hellswarm. Or I could take... Tap. Remove the Bands with Other ability from target creature until end of turn. When has anybody in a serious game of Magic ever had a Bands with Other creature? When has this ever happened in the history of this game? In the 30 plus years of Magic history, when has somebody like actually pulled up with a thing with Bands with Other? I believe I started the game, yeah, like 2012 core set, like what just came out. Took like a couple years off to also get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And then started playing more Magic again than Yu-Gi-Oh! Just lately. I mean, honestly, yeah, I find Magic the Gathering to just be like overall a better game. Nothing against Yu-Gi-Oh! Though. I mean, if you enjoy like the really fast, like, play everything in one turn, the really intricate, like, long, complex combos, then yeah, good on you. I mean, there's definitely, like, things to be enjoyed in that. None of your creatures can attack except for Evil Eyes. Evil Eye can only be blocked by walls. Chain Lightning. I'm taking the Chain Lightning. Backdraft does half of the damage done by one sorcery cast this turn to the caster of the sorcery. This can only... And you're still gonna take damage from that sorcery, right? You have to chain this to any other sorcery specifically that does damage to you? I'm like... But why? Alright, there's one of the cards that's now, like, banned in every format for being offensive. I think this is like, if multiple creatures block this, it gets +2/+2 for each extra card, each extra creature that blocks it? I mean, why would you block something with Rampage 2 with multiple creatures if you know that it's just gonna get bigger and bigger every time you just... Why would the opponent willingly block something with multiple creatures if they know it's gonna get bigger and bigger if they just block with multiple creatures? Alright, it's a combat trick that's not really a combat trick. Your opponent can clearly see it. Must attack each turn if possible. Gains +1/+1 at the end of your upkeep. And pay 1 for each counter on Ooze. Or it deals 1 damage to you and becomes tapped. Eventually it just grows too big for you to manage, so... I think I'll skip that. Gain control of target legend. As long as Willow Satyr remains tapped. I think we're gonna give this guy a go. There's some pretty big, powerful legend in, well, legends. Literally says that in the set name. I guess so nobody else can use this on against me. Oh, Force Spike. Oh, remove soul. The brownie again, that has the most useless ability I have ever seen. In the off chance I splash white just to play Torsten von Ursus. I don't think anyone has specifically splashed a third color ever to play Torsten von Ursus, but we'll see. Which card is the least shitty in here? I don't know, I just find this so hilariously, like, situational. It'll probably, like, 99% of the time actually never come up. Which card is worse? Glyph of Delusion or Undertow? I think I'd have to just give it to this, because it's also, like, part of a cycle of, like, equally bad cards. No, one of them's even worse than the other four. Because there's even less cards that have Planeswalk. Well, we're back to seeing Immolations again. I already have 2 of these. This is honestly kind of just meh when the opponent has a bunch of creatures with 3 or more toughness. We'll take the boars. Wall of Dust. Okay, so if this blocks something, then the opponent's creature can't attack next turn, whatever this blocks. Alright, another wall to just hide behind until I find my better stuff. Infinite Authority. I'm not reading all that. Floral Spasm. If Floral Spasm attacks an opponent and is not blocked, then Floral Spasm may choose to destroy a target artifact under that player's control and deal no damage. then the card itself may choose to destroy an artifact. I can assure you that's not how this card actually works. But just because I find the idea of somebody having to just sit there and wait for the card itself to make a decision to be absolutely hilarious. Counter target artifact effect? Which must require an activation cost. That's it! Counter target activated ability from an artifact? That's it? That's all it does? This thing just always has first strike. Creatures with Swamp Walk may be blocked as if they did not have this ability. Summon Smith, I guess. All surviving creatures blocked by target wall this turn are buried. For each creature buried in this manner, choose one creature from attack it. Choose one creature from attacker's graveyard. And return it to play under attacker's control. Okay, why do we want to just resurrect our opponent's creatures for them? What are we even doing with this card? Why are we even, like, wanting to do this? Okay, this is the green card in this absolutely abysmal cycle. Creatures with Forest Walk. Creatures with Forest Walk may be blocked as if they did not have this ability. Oh, my walls? Oh, I can choose to either play a card that gives all my walls banding, or counter an activated ability from an artifact once. Let's make our walls gain banding. Let's give our walls banding. Who am I kidding? I probably have more than enough. Probably have more than enough creatures in, yeah, just red and green, that this can function just fine as a two-color deck. Okay, apparently I barely have any... Yo. Okay, I don't think I want to play Deadfall. Target creature deals no damage during combat, but it gains X toughness, where X is its casting cost. Yeah, we basically have, like... Wow. We basically have, like, no non-creature spells to our name. And we have so many green creatures. We have green creatures for days. Our deck is basically just like a pile of creatures. Alright, 2 leprechauns, 2 apes, 2 fire sprites, 2 dervishes, a wall of earth, 2 horned cobras, a turtle. This is gonna be a good one. Some boars, a moss monster, a Wolverine pack. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be wild. What does this actually do again? All creatures that block or are blocked by the leprechaun become green creatures. Okay, it just changes colors of everything that gets in the combat with. Probably gonna likely do this exactly one time. Unless you boost its stats because it's a 1/1. Alright, attack with 2 creatures now. Ghosts of the Damned. Summon ghosts. Let's just get rid of them with that. Vampire bats. Okay. I can pretty easily just kill that too. But I want to put the boars on the field. Damage done to target creatures reduces 0. Creature deals no damage during combat. I'll just play another one. Okay, that's a 3/3 with Island Walk, but I'm not playing any islands, so... Okay, this destroys artifacts if it's unblocked. And that's a 2/2 basically. Why am I playing this? I forgot to actually take this out. I literally just picked the card as a joke. I forgot to take this out. So that also has Island Walk. I mean, of course it does. I'll play another Leprechaun. My deck is full of creatures. Does this really come as a surprise? Of course it doesn't. Okay, I forgot you can double block. Kind of forgot about this. I guess we'll actually do it. We'll cast the Floral Spasm. Let's just make this thing green because we can. Let's just make that become green. Okay. 3/6 and it can't be blocked because I don't have any walls. Well, I can still fly over it, can't I? Okay, at least it can't block now, because it, well, yeah, it just attacked. Just going with everybody. Yeah, this is, I believe, yeah, this is the errata. This is the Oracle text. You may destroy target artifact. You don't have to ask the card itself if it wants to destroy anything. You don't have to ask, like, an inanimate object if it wants to do anything. Prevents all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Darkness. I forgot about darkness. Let's try this again now, shall we? Okay, there we go. I'm playing so many creatures, it's like, what do you expect? Alright, before that I can just start doing like 2 damage a turn potentially, because it can make itself a 2/1 every turn if that's what the opponent wants to do. Just throw an immolation on it. Okay. I guess that is fine. Okay, that's a blue creature. Wall of Dust and pass. Oh, Wall of Earth. I guess it's just another thing I can hide behind. +1/+1 until end of turn by paying 1. Okay. They'll just do 3 more damage while we still can, I guess. Alright, I'll just play another creature because this deck is just full of them. This deck is just packed with creatures. But... you know, I'm not attacking through this. She could just block, pay a bunch of mana, and then this becomes bigger than my boars do. Abomination. Oh, another Whirling Dervish. If only this thing wasn't in the way, we could just start going to town here. Okay, Zephyr Falcon. Another land card. I'll just pass. Again. I'll play another creature. This deck, because this deck just has so many to go around. Yeah, it's lacking in ways to actually get rid of my opponent's creatures, though, unfortunately. Oh, Spasm again. What's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 creatures. Okay. I have walls that can at least block this thing, though. Ooh, Moss Monster. That's another creature. We'll play another creature. I really don't need to draw into lands anymore, but I'm still drawing into lands, apparently. We really don't need these things anymore. So what will happen if I just send, like, 2 of these protection from black creatures in? So only one of them is gonna get blocked, right? Nice. Now I got a 2/2 with protection from black. Target artifact controlled by opponent becomes... what artifacts? What artifact? Okay, that's fine. Plenty of mana to recast it anyways. Yeah, just too many big creatures that I can't really attack into. And the one guy that has protection from black, these 2 creatures could just block it and kill it if that's what she wanted to do. Mountain. Ooh, another leprechaun. Another one, too, that's actually blue. Oh, now the chain lightning shows up. I'll kill one of these. There's still another Devouring Deep in the way, though. That's just my only problem. Target creature cannot be further targeted by instant sorceries or enchantments. Okay, I guess if that matters. Ooh, giant turtle. So when can we actually attack? And not just lose all our creatures? Yeah, I might just have to go for it real soon. Okay, Immolation. This is gonna go. Except for that. Yeah, that's the only creature that can block Dervish. Ramses Overdark destroy Barbary Apes. Sure, I guess. Are we just gonna win, like, one turn at a time by just poking with the Dervish? Pretty much, yeah, through a field that's full of black creatures that can't block it. So I think so. I think that's how we're gonna win this. I really think so. Damn, you got even more lands out than me. Don't recall if any of these things here have flying even. I don't think they do. Okay, I'm not attacking with absolutely everything, though. Sure. I guess we'll go and change something's color as well. Oh, another copy of Darkness. Blocking all combat damage again. So what blocked this thing to just keep her in the game one more turn? Willow Satyr? Okay, well, I only have 2 cards left in my deck. Okay, this time I think I'll just probably attack with a bunch more creatures. You know, what if maybe I don't end up getting another turn? Because at this point, it's like, yeah, 1 card left on my deck. That's all we have. Darkness again. How many copies of this did you get? Lost Soul. Untap Willis Satyr. Leave tapped. I just have to hope she doesn't have, like, yet another copy of Darkness. Okay, there we go. I literally won that with exactly 0 cards left on my deck. Oh, we get to play against the Walking Brain? With literally no cards left in my deck I had to win this with, apparently. That was absolutely absurd. Psychic Purge does 1 damage to any target. If a spell cast by opponent or permanent under opponent's control causes you to discard this card, opponent loses 5 life. One damage to target attacking or blocking creature. We'll just kill it with Immolation. Enchanted Being. Summon Being. Any damage dealt to Enchanted Being during combat by creatures with 1 or more enchantment cards played on them is reduced to 0. Okay, so the other creatures with the enchantments on them do no damage to her? Guess until I can find a way around this, I'll just pass. Oh, who am I kidding? Or just play a larger creature. I guess I can play a Wall of Earth. Okay, at least we got some damage in. Another Enchanted Being. Yeah, both of these, that's gonna make combat a nightmare for me, simply put. Somebody drafted a land tax? Oh wow, somebody drafted land tax? Okay, I guess we'll just search up 3 islands with land tax. Okay, if I do that, then that Wall of Wonder goes away, but I lose my 4/4. Gosta Dirk. Creatures with Island Walk may be blocked as if they did not have this ability. Meanwhile, all I got is just a bunch of random creatures and just a bunch of lands. I'm honestly not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here right now. Yeah, but that ain't really gonna help me in this matchup, unfortunately. Don't think that's gonna do me any favor in this specific matchup. Another wall. Oh, nice. I can steal control of this. Okay. I like the sound of that. So that's just a 1-1. I guess I'll play a Hornet Cobra. Another Gosta Dirk. Ooh, Chain Lightning. We can kill something with Chain Lightning. Probably want to get rid of one of the archers that just does 1 damage to anything that attacks or blocks, let's be real. They're gonna want that to just go. Okay, that's gonna just go in unblocked, I see. Alright. I see. You lose control of this legend if I untap. He has 2 Ghost of Dirks, he'll only be able to keep 1 when I give the first Ghost of Dirk back to him. He only gets to keep 1. Oh, I just noticed he only has like 10 cards in his deck and I have 16. He got like 3 like basic lands out of his deck twice off of land tax, so I just noticed, yeah. Leaf tapped. Mountain. I could literally just sit here and wait for him to deck out at this point. Or just smack him in the face with his own card. Anyways. We could literally just sit here and wait for him to deck out at this point. I'm not... Seems like a legitimate way to win at this rate. Okay, I can kill something else now. And just a bunch of 2-2s and 1-1s and a 2-1. Yeah, this is literally just a pile of tiny creatures. This is literally just all like small creatures. Alright, now he's only got like 5 creatures left. I could potentially just win. Just by killing off every single one of his creatures. Well, I'll attack like this. I may actually just win by literally just killing him with lethal damage at this point. Yeah, because now I have a way better board than he does. I don't know why it's not giving me the option to pay the 1 to prevent this thing from getting regenerated every time. Because I would just love to pay 1 just so this doesn't keep surviving every combat. Let's play the Spuzum. The Archer again. Okay, it has Summoning Sickness right now though. There we go. We were literally just sitting there forever. I moved 2 planes into the deck. Yeah, splashing white for Torsten von Ursus. Whoever that's supposed to be. Okay, immediately gonna start off with a land tax, I see. Yeah, I'll let him just go get 3 basics out of his deck. Oh, never mind. Oh, I actually have to be at a point where I'm controlling more lands than he does. Handful of green spells and look at all my mountains. And my 1 plains. Forest, let's go. Let's actually get on the board now with something. Mountain. Oh, you have to tap down a green to make a red with this? Really? I thought it just produced red mana. You have to pay green to make red? Not really in a position where we can do that now. Not really in the kind of position to be doing this. Subdue. I don't know why I'm still even bothering to play this card as well. Or anything with, like, toughness 1 at this point, because, yeah, look at his board. Yep, that's 4 of the archers now. Now I'm staring down 4 of these. We're gonna be here for a while, aren't we? Planes. There's still so many cards in my hand I literally can't cast right now. I can at least cast this thing, can't I? Yeah, that's what I was kind of expecting to see happen. Something along the lines of that. And then, yeah, they can just do that again. Oof, there's my second forest. It took long enough, but there it is. We'll just play the Wolverine pack, I suppose. Oh, we did 8 damage to him just like that. Just did 8 damage to him there. I'm still gonna keep up all his creatures as blockers. Alright, I'll cast Moss Monster. Let's just see what I can do here with Wolverine pack. And the 2 boars. Okay, I killed like 1 of his creatures, and that was it. And did also 4 damage. This is still gonna be a long one, isn't it? Oh, Gosta Dirk is back. So you know what that means. Play this again. Everything's taking like 5-10 seconds for the computer to just think because there's like so much stuff on the board. It's taking so long to think, the computer, because there's like all this crap on the board. Okay, so it's just a 2-3. All that time spent thinking just to put that on the field. Yeah, give me that Gosta Dirk back. I mean, yeah, whatever, whoever the hell he is. I'll take him back. Let's just see how much damage we can do to his board. Like, this here. I'll get rid of the 2-3. Yeah, I definitely believe I still have more creatures. Oh, one of the archers is gone. That's nice. One of the archers is dead. Still have 5 cards in my hand and barely any forests to just pay for the green pips to deploy the rest of my hand. Oh, nice. I'm gonna get rid of one of those archers. Still taking forever to think, I see. Okay, those blocks were quick. Oh, wow. His board is getting annihilated. I'll play a Cobra and pass. I'll play a Leprechaun. Attack with almost everybody that can attack. There we go! And then I gotta now sit through round 3. If I want to keep my deck, I gotta play round 3, so let's just probably spend another 15-20 minutes, if not longer, just doing this. I'll put him back into the deck because he sucks. I don't even know if I've seen like a single artifact in any of my opponent's decks in this entire draft event. Sometimes the Bulls win and sometimes the Bears win, but the Bulls have more fun. Alright, let the Bull hit me for 2. Let's play down the Moss Monster now. Headless Horseman. Summon Horseman. Ooh, Dervish. I just need this to not be in the way, though. Oh, Darkness. Hello, Darkness, my old friend. Headless Horseman, Underworld Dreams. Deals 1 damage to opponent for each card they draw. Let's just swing with these 2. He's at 6. Demonic Torment. Target creature deals no damage during combat. Creature cannot attack. No, that was supposed to be my best creature. And now it's effectively neutered. Yeah, this is perfect attacking into a board full of 2/2s. Okay, but his red creature is gone. Lady Orca! I do not remember what he said to her. I remember her fiery eyes fixed upon him for an instant. I remember a flash and the hot breath of sudden flames made me turn away. When I looked again, Angus was gone. A wayfarer, I'm meeting Lady Orca. A 7/4 with no abilities. If I could just, like, yeah, block that with anything, at least he won't be able to do 7 damage to me. She can't even block Dervish, because, yeah, pro-black. Yeah, one of the few creatures that can attack through a wall of earth in this set. It's one of the only creatures that can really do it. Alright, my boars are just gonna kill Lady Orca. Let's attack you with these. Alright, next game. That was way faster than the other ones we did earlier. That was way faster than the others. I'll put both of these. 1 or 2 Torstens. 2. I mean, a lot of my cards just move to main deck one of these planes. I have a lot of cards in here that are just absolutely, like, garbage. What else in here was just, like, bad? Subdue is just, like, a really bad way to protect one of your creatures. How many lands is it total? 2, 7, 8, 11, 13, 16, 19... I believe I have more green spells than I do red, so we'll go like this. That is supposed to be 8, 10, 13, 16 lands total. Too few cards in your main deck. Okay. Alright, so did it actually, like, side any cards in or out, or no? Let's play the giant turtle, and then I guess next turn I can swing. Okay, never mind. It's not attacking anymore, clearly. -0, -2 counter on target creature every time it becomes tapped. I mean, it can't even attack anyway, so at that point, it's like, why bother? Why even bother at that point? It's probably already not doing much of anything. Oh, it's my favorite. Wrathy Berserker. Rampage 3. Children show promise that are left to survive for a year in the wilderness. Those who return are shown the way of the Berserker. Erathy children, or Wrathy. Alright, just... yeah, if this attacks, don't block with multiple creatures. Because Rampage 3. Oh hey, it's Vampire Bats. I'll just throw an Immolation on them. Attack with just the boars again. Nothing else can really attack through this guy and not just, like, die in the process. Or do I maybe have, like, enough power on board to just go through and potentially just kill him on the spot? Or get him, like, really, really, really close. Darkness. Alright, so we do absolutely no damage here. Unholy Citadel. All your black legends banned with other legends. 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. I see. Let's just attack with everything that can. Before this loses Summoning Sickness, and then this just makes combat, like, a lot harder for me. Yeah, combat gets a lot sketchier if this can just, like, before I even get the block or anything, or whatnot. This just does 2 damage to anything. That makes combat way sketchier. Especially with how small the average creature in this set seems to be. Oh, Raging Ball. I feel like I can just attack right through everything he has anyways. I have so many creatures and he doesn't. Oh no! My Spuzum! Killed my Spuzum. Alright, we still won. You get to keep your drafted deck and 2 more packs of legends. So, I probably honestly want to keep very few cards in here. I'm definitely walking away with the Chain Lightning. That's for sure. No. No thank you to these either. I'm gonna keep the Spuzum because I just find it hilarious. Wall of Dust. 2 Torsten von Ursuses. Can you control a target legend? It might be a little bit too situational still in just like a regular game of Magic. What is this? Does this creature even still have the creature type Spuzum, or was that errata to be something else? Or is it something else entirely? Is it a spirit now? Or is it still a Spuzum to this day? Probably errata, but it's still using... Yeah, it's still using the scan from, like, the... Yeah, original printing from 1994 with the original, like, text. Summon monster. Fairy? I don't, it doesn't look like a fairy to me. But what do I know? Summon Wolverine pack. Oh, the Spuzum's now an elemental? I mean, that makes sense. More likely than not, just gonna sell the rest of the extra cards back I'm never gonna use. And then I still have 2 packs of legends to crack. I got another copy of Chain Lightning. And Shelkin Brownie. Remove the bans with other ability from target creature until end of turn. This is literally never going to happen. Just trust me on this one. So that's my rare. Destroys a creature which has an enchantment on it. 4 damage divided any way you choose among any number of targets. Interesting. What about this Legends pack? What about this other Legends pack? Stormworld. Come on, where are the big hits like Mana Drain? Wait, +0, +1 in trample? Like, what? What's the... At that point, why bother? Why bother giving trample if it only increases toughness? I'm like, at that point, it's like, what are we doing here? I think I'll pass on the Storm World as well. We're back up to, like, what, 30,000 gold? How much time did we actually spend doing that, like, Legends? How much time did we spend playing that Legends event, anyways? I guess maybe we could look at some more lands while I'm here. I'll probably look for some, like, good ones while we're here. Those are very playable. The ones that are just like one color on the front and then the other on the back always come in untapped. These are very playable. If I ever want to do the Dark Depths combo. Okay, that's white on the front and black on the back. I'll grab that too. Do I own a Verdant Catacombs? I don't think I own a Verdant Catacombs. Do I own a Windswept Heath? I'm not even sure if I own a Windswept Heath either. That just might be like 2 new fetch lands that I didn't have before in my collection. So let's see. So it was Verdant Catacombs and Windswept Heath. I don't think I owned any of these before. I just literally picked them both up right now, so that's amazing that we just found them. That's amazing. Take another random land out and make room for the other fetch land I just picked up just now. Inventory. Yeah, you better believe I'm throwing both of these straight in. Verdant Catacombs and Windswept Heath. We just got 2 more fetches into our collection. I want to see what else they're going to offer for sale if I just keep spending mana shards to just see more cards. I'm sure I already have one of these, just not this version of it. Oh, Silent Clearing. I think I own one of these already. Let's see if I have one. I believe I do. A Silent Clearing. It's in my inventory. Silent Clearing, you said. Oh, maybe I don't own it. Maybe I didn't own one. Rishadan Port. I'll grab that too. If I ever need to just deny my opponent mana, I'll grab that too. Okay, sure, there's another Strip Mine. Oh, there's only one card in the entire game of Magic, other than the 5 lands that can't even make mana by themselves. Okay, let me just get this out of the way. If your land can't produce mana by itself, it's gotta do something absolutely amazing to offset the fact that it can't even produce mana. Those 5 lands come up way short. And there's one other card that still nobody really plays, I believe. Oh, speaking of cards nobody plays. Speaking of which, cards that I'm sure absolutely nobody in their right mind plays. Sorrow's Path. I'd play it if I had it because it's funny. What, Shulkin Brownie? I mean, if it's a common, I don't think it can be that expensive, right? Any good piece of just solid removal stops banding, anyways. Oh, you mean the lands? Whenever Sorrow's Path becomes tapped, it deals 2 damage to you and each creature you control. I believe all it does is just exchange some blockers. But what would be the point if your creatures are weak enough to, like, if your creatures are too weak, they don't even, like, survive Sorrow's Path, like, just killing them before they can, like, actually do combat damage. Gift Sorrow's Path, and then just tap it. That's easily, yeah. Even then, I don't think it's worth bothering playing, but that's the best use for it. And that's the best thing to do with it by far, I'm sure of it. Find a way to get it on their field, and then a way to just tap it down every single turn. Oh, City of Brass. I might as well grab that while I'm here. As this land enters, choose a basic land type, then you may pay 2 life. If you don't and enters tapped, this land is the chosen type. I'm guessing this is what people play in Standard now as part of their mana fixing. I believe so. Do I have this one? Darkboard Pathway, do I have it? So many good lands. Which ones do I already own? Dark Boar Pathway? It's probably not in my deck, right? Nope. No, that's not my deck. This is my deck. What about my inventory? Dark Boar, just because it's there. And I can definitely afford it. I'll grab both the lands that always come in untapped and are like one color on the front, the other on the back. Yeah, best thing I found from the lands shop recently by far was Verdant Catacombs Windswept Heath. Adding 2 more new fetch lands to my collection. And with all that, I can't even believe I have yet to take Reaper King No More for a spin. We just got caught up in a really long Legends draft. So we'll see what Lathlus's presence does again. This big goblin here, eating something. Eating something just before a game. Okay, what did this buff in the Red Castle do again? Whenever a creature or planeswalker an opponent controls is dealt. Okay, whenever one of my creatures or planeswalkers is dealt excess non-combat damage, Lathlus's presence deals damage equal to the excess of that permanent's controller. Okay, so if a lightning bolt would kill my 1/1, I'd take 2 damage. Creatures you control have... Okay, that's basically fire breathing. Pay 1 red, give it +1/+0. So that's the commander I'm gonna be giving a spin. I wish I had more ways to just dump -1/-1 counters on my opponent's creatures. But I just have a lot of good cards that I guess should make up for it. Anyways. Still have a ton of good cards in here. Is this like modern Chandelure? You could say that. I do not know if there's an option to play for ante in this. I think there might be. Oh, I have to untap the force manually, I guess. Goblin Grenade deals 5 damage to broadside bombardiers. And then because of this, I'm gonna take 3 of it to the face. Attack for 1. If you want to play another non-creature spell, it's gonna cost you 2 life. Honestly, just waiting for him to play a creature before I cast this so I can actually try and get some value off of this thing. Yeah, I'll let him hit me. Okay, I don't get the token because the token just ceases to exist. Anyways. So if I just can kill this, then I can steal it for myself. Goblin King. And now we'll just block. Alright, give me that squee. Alright, so we're probably going to do a lot of damage here. And then this is going to come in... Oh, wow! 11, it's going to come in as an 11-9. That is huge. Oh, sure. Another squee. Probably not going to try and attack on my 11-9 though, right? Okay, I'm fine with my commander dying. 11-9... Oh, menace. Perfect. We'll just mow him down with the Jurassic Park dinosaur. Just gonna run him over with the 11-9 menace. Bunch of goblin cards. Not really planning to play goblins though, but even though Krenko Mob Boss could be fun. This is Pyromancer. Apparently I have already defeated one of these. I guess we'll just try and beat up another now. Bloodstained Mire into Taiga, into Fyndhorn Elves, and then it'll be his move. Okay, sure. Actually, perfect. Why don't I just play my commander, put a -1/-1 counter on the Pyromancer, and now he's my Pyromancer. And now I get the creature. Now every time I do an instant or sorcery spell, I get the effect. Just gonna get a bunch of free tokens. We'll just grab a forest. We'll swing at the 3/3. And then just pass. Shock deals 2 damage to young... Sure. Oh no, I take 1 damage. What will I ever do? He seems to be really low on mana. Like, really low. Oh, Marsh Flats. I'll just get a swamp. Bloodbraid Elf, what will I cascade into? A demonic tutor. Okay, I don't see why not. These can just go and swing. Okay, sure. I guess that is fine. Ouroboros. That's gonna be hilarious. Next turn, that's gonna be hilarious. If I want to play that. I think I will. So the turn after, it's gonna do 2 +1/+1 counters on each of my creatures, right? And then the turn after that, 4 of them. Yeah, just give this thing like 2-3 turns, and then yeah, all your creatures get like what, +4/+4 permanently or something stupid like that. Alright, let's discard a card, I guess. We can just revive this thing with one of our, like, reanimator spells, surely. Pillar of Flame deals 2 damage to any target. Okay, I guess. Alright, back to me. I guess we'll just cast this and draw another card. I'll bring back my Kavu. 4 damage to this. And I believe we just win here. You and target spells controller bid life? You start the bidding with a high bid of 1. In turn order, each player may top the high bid. The bidding ends when the high bid stands. The highest bidder loses life equal to the high bid. If you win the bidding, counter that spell. How much life do you want to pay to actually keep your spell? Man, that's just wild. This is a... What kind of giant is this? Fire giant. Let's go at it. One land in my hand. I'm not keeping this. Again, I don't think I can do this. 2 cards to the bottom of my library. Yeah, that's 2 hands I didn't want to keep at all. Both had a single land in them. So I'm like, no. I don't think we can do this. Alright, we'll cast Super Shredder and pass the turn. We'll just attack with both of these, I suppose. Okay, I may play whatever exiled this turn. How am I playing anything with 0 mana, though, is the question. What did I hit? Okay, I think we'll play that from exile. Okay, he's finally gonna cast something. And it's just the Hill Giant. He's finally gonna play something. Literally just Hill Giant. Pretty sure everything can just attack now, right? Oh, it just killed him. He got to play, I think, 1 spell that entire game. And then I just ran him over. Is that a Min? Yeah, that is a Minotaur. And then that's a guy with a sword. Okay, at least I can cycle this away, and this can make mana too also. Let's give this a go. Alright, I'll find a Ren and 6 off of that, apparently. But no means to lightning bolt my mana dork. That's definitely not what I was planning on. Okay, Stomping Ground. Alright, so you're telling me we can still actually play, right? I like how we already reconnected after a disconnect there. I'll just up. Do I have a land card in here? No, I don't. I'll just uptick this thing's loyalty. Another lightning bolt, I see. Okay, now we're talking. And then I think I'll just discard. I'll make him discard 2 cards. I'll just force him to discard some cards at random. Okay, that's got haste, so that's gonna probably just attack Ren and 6? Alright, so my Planeswalker basically didn't do anything, I see. Basically achieved, like, well, nothing. I'll just weaken both of those. Skull Clamp this, and then I'll just pass. Oh, right back to me, I see. So I'll just kill this with Cast Down and then steal it for myself. Discard a card, draw a card only if this thing is attacking. Yeah, I guess we might as well. I guess so. As long as it's your turn and you control 4 or more mountains, this gets plus X plus 0, where X is the number of mountains you control. Swamp. I'll send both of these in swinging. Alright, and I'm gonna draw 2 more cards, so I'm definitely okay with that. Alright, there's another creature. So it's a 3/3 with Flying, Death Touch, and Lifelink. Other Minotaurs, you get... Other Minotaur creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Trample. Not attacking, though. I see. Not really in a position where you could conceivably attack, though. Let's just play this, and if it sticks around a few turns, that's probably just gonna win us the game by itself. Okay, immediately coming back to me. Alright, Bloodbraid Elf. Cascade into shoot the sheriff. We'll get rid of that Minotaur. And get a 3-2 with haste. Okay, now it's a 5-4. Alright, we'll probably just mow him down with everything we got. Yeah, just give Ouroboros a few turns, and just like that, you're dead. What is Quicksilver Brash Blur? This card is not even out yet, right? If Quicksilver is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with him on the battlefield. Activate each power-up ability only once. Reduce the costs by his mana cost if he entered this turn. Oh, so another lightning bolt, apparently. I guess I can keep the one with the original art. Three damage to target creature and each other creature that shares a creature type with it? Really? Okay. Not bad at all. What is time travel, though? Target creature can't block this turn and becomes a coward in addition into its other types this turn. Time travel. I don't know what that keyword does. Time travel. Wasn't really playing when Doctor Who came out. I was playing more Yu-Gi-Oh! Than Magic. I guess when that released. This guy's also playing the Cliff Stomper. So he's also playing this guy, I see. Apparently so. Bolt the elves, I see. I don't see why not. I'll play another elf and see if that takes a bolt to the face as well. Damage to target creature, Planeswalker. When you cast your next creature spell, it perpetually gets +X+0, where X is the excess damage this thing does. Interesting. I'll just probably cast my commander. I'll probably be fine with that dying because then I can just recast it and get the enters the battlefield again. Oh wait, that's an 8/5? Yeah, imagine like, I don't know, putting a counter on this or something. Assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks are outlaws. Everyone else is fair game. Okay, now I suddenly have, like, more lands than I need. There were a lot of other opening hands where I had the, like, opposite problem. Destroy target artifact, so I know this is an artifact. So that will work. And then I guess just pass. Keldon Warlord's power at Tempest reach equal to the number of non-wall creatures you control, including himself. Alright, Creekwood Liege. Oh nice, I have a 5/5 now. I guess I'll just attack with it. Alright, this thing's not gonna make it another turn cycle, I see. I'm at 15 life. My hand is still, like, stocked up with lands here. Four and a 4/4. Another land. Again, apparently, another land. I guess we'll just try and sit on this in the meantime. I guess. Yeah, hopefully this can just deter my opponent from just continuing to attack me. Yeah, because if anything, I need to gain some life back and quick. Death Touch and Lifelink. Why am I not gaining any life back? I didn't gain life back, but why not? How did this creature not take damage? How many more lands are you gonna give me? No, really, how many more lands will you give me? I mean, at this point, first time I'm actually activating the ability on this thing. Because, I don't know. Can't really seem to do much else right now. Yeah, being able to grab any card out of my deck, that's just crazy good. We still have a 7/5 here that I gotta deal with. Okay, make that a 9/7. Yeah, no way I can just let this thing attack me. Doesn't have trample, right? Okay, now I'm gonna gain some life. Lightning Bolt deals 3 damage to my commander. Yes, it does. Just block it again, that knight. Okay, that's a good top deck. Chaos Defiler. We'll just destroy the Balduvian Horde. Just destroy the 9/7. There we go. We'll just kill the creature that's giving +2/+2 to all the barbarians first things first. Yeah, that'll go. Oh, you mean to tell me he has no cards left in his hand? He's completely out of cards, is he? At this point, I don't need to search for anything else. Muxus Goblin Grandee. Reveal the top 6 cards of your library when this enters. Put all goblins with mana value 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Four damage to the target creature or planeswalker. I think we'll keep this one. Horsemanship and can't block. Smoke. Each player can only untap one creature during their untap phase. Maybe I can do something unfun with this. Alright, let's see how good Reaper King No More. Let's see how good this is going to be against the actual boss of the Red Castle. Okay, I meant to also like take some of the gold, but I think we'll just save that for after the fight. Or before I forget, we'll just do it now. Take some of the money in here. Let's see how this Jund deck of mine does against the actual castle's boss. How do we do against the actual boss fight? First things first. Okay. Alright, you know, Dragon's Rage Channeler. Pass. Prismatic Vista? Into Forest. Scythecat Cub. Attack for 1. Yep, we got a 60 turn clock here. 3 damage to target creature. And then 1 to me, apparently. Alright, so Strip Mine. Screaming Nemesis. I'll make Screaming Nemesis hit the Planeswalker. Just get that off the field immediately before it can do much else. Dragon spells you cast cost 1 less. Okay. Oh, okay, I don't have double black. Never mind, I don't have double black. Attack with Screaming Nemesis. Pass. You may exert Glorybringer as it attacks. When you do... Can't I just kill this thing before she gets to attack? Terminate. Yeah, before that can attack, just kill it. Now, do I want to steal that thing for myself? Let's go get a Bayou. And now I have double black, so I can just put Stump Stomp on top library or graveyard. Graveyard. Now force her to discard 2 of her cards. Okay, I have Delirium, don't I? Land, creature, sorcery, instant. So now we have a 3/3 flyer that attacks every... Now we got a 3/3 flyer for our 1 mana. Goldspan Dragon. Whenever Goldspan Dragon attacks or becomes the target of a spell, create a treasure token. Dismember. She's a one card in her hand. We can just attack with these over and over again still. another land with no actual creatures to threaten me. I'll keep the Gnarlbark exactly where he is. How many turns in a row has it been with Lathless having her, like, not played a single creature? It's been at least, like, 3 turns in a row where she hasn't cast anything. Okay, there's something. Whenever Ancient Copper Dragon deals combat damage to a player, roll a d20. You create a number of treasure tokens equal to the result. Let's play my commander, finally. Sheoldred's Edict. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. And now I have that dragon for myself. That's my dragon now. I'm gonna keep the Maelstrom Pulse where it is. I can just literally use this to kill the next creature she plays. Creatures you control gain double strike until end of turn when this enters. I'm just gonna kill that too with yet another piece of removal. Let's give my entire board double strike. Now my board gets double strike until end of turn. Alpha strike. And then we still have to do... And we still have at least one more game to do. But I'm liking this deck already. Packed to the brim with cheap but powerful removal. Everything she plays, I just throw a removal spell at and it's gone. And then just cheap, powerful creatures to just run her down with. Including a bit of synergy with Reaper King no more. She plays a big scary creature. I throw a counter on it, play one of my many kill spells to kill it, and then it's my creature. Super Shredder and 2 lands and 2 pieces of removal, 3, and a Bloodbraid Elf. It's a nice hand. It's a pretty nice hand. I'll just cycle the Carabit away. Attacks each turn a Fable. I forgot what the rest of this card actually did. Oh, wait, what? And now I already got this staring me down. 4/4 for 3. Haste, flying, attacks each combated Fable. Unless your opponent that this is trying to attack rolls a d20, and you have to roll one too. And if they roll like, higher than you, at the beginning of your combat on your turn, each player rolls a d20. If one or more opponents had the highest result, then Chaos Dragon can attack them. Okay, so actually a little bit more than a 50-50 chance that this can't even attack me on any given turn, because yeah, not only like is it fine if I just roll higher, if we both tie for the highest roll, that still counts as a win for me. 8 versus Lathless's 5. So that means it can't attack. Karplusan Forest, Super Shredder. Pass. Alright, again, I'm just gonna roll higher than Lathless did. Sure, that is fine. Prismatic Vista. Whenever any other permanent leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Super Shredder. Yeah, including your fetch lands. I think we're just going to... Wait, can I or not? Red. Black. I should totally be able to cast this. I'm just gonna do like that as it enters. And... not attack. Alright, I'm gonna get attack for 3. I'll take 3. Dragon spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. Sure. Yeah, a lot of, like, cards that just reduce the cost of our dragons. A lot of cost reduction stuff. Not really seeing any scary dragons, though, that immediately threaten me. I'm gonna fetch again, and that's also gonna power up Super Shredders by fetching. And that's not even getting into just us simply killing her creatures. Or anything else dying, for that matter of fact. Abrupt Decay this Dragon Speaker Shaman away. And now that's a 5/5. I spent a whole whopping 2 mana on this, and look what we got now. I paid 2 mana for this. I rolled a 17, she rolled a 9, so I can and must attack her with this. I mean, I will. I will smack her in the face with her own dragon if I can. 13 damage to each creature, holy crap. Whenever another... yeah, this thing is dead now. Oh, wait, what? Okay, I think I understand exactly how it just died now. Extra non-combat damage is dealt to me. So I had, like, for example, a 5/5, a 3/3. So one of my creatures took, like, 13 damage and I had 5 toughness, so that meant I took 8 damage. I had a 3/3. So that also died from Blasphemous Act. I took 10 damage. I think I had another creature that was even smaller than that, also dying to Blasphemous. And me taking another boatload of damage. Because of this right here. So every creature that died, I took like 13 damage minus its toughness. Am I gonna have to switch to a deck that can just counter the Blasphemous Act outright? Because, yeah, like, it actually really took me a moment to figure out what the hell just happened. So yeah, no matter how much life we're sitting on, that could potentially just kill us. So we can be on like 30 plus life and just die to a single Blasphemous Act. That's gonna be scary in her deck. Yep, that's gonna be scary. Especially if I barely find any land cards to work with. Alright, so I'm already taking 4 damage. Alright, now I'm just wondering if I can even do anything at this point. I'll let this hit me again. A second Dragon Tempest. And I have no lands to my name. Surely I can at least cast something, right? and kill her dragon that was attacking me. Oh. Right. That's also got haste, apparently. Okay, cast down, just kill that too. Pay 3 life so I can actually resolve it. Yeah, I'm getting mana screwed. Simply put, I'm getting completely mana screwed. It comes into play tapped. This is the last thing I need. It literally enters tapped. And so does this. That also comes in tapped. I don't know, maybe if I could actually have played most of the cards in my hand, we would have been fine. But no, I pretty much couldn't play anything because I didn't get enough land cards in hand. And then game 2 was just robbed from me, simply put. And now I'm down a piece of armor. Now down a piece of armor, unless I just spend money to repair it. This is gonna cost me how much to fix? 6,000 gold to repair it again. Yeah, like, that deck was looking, the one I was playing was looking absolutely amazing. I mean, and then game 3 happened. I just failed to find any lands, pretty much. Found like 2-3 lands the entire game. Yeah, by that point she was way too far ahead. And then game 2 was literally just stolen from me. With that Blasphemous Act and Latlas's presence. I'll try this one more time with the Reaper King No More deck, and then if all else fails, I just switch to another deck I think is gonna do better. Okay, here I'm not just like being starved on mana or anything. Would actually be nice to have a creature too that can just actually like threaten the killer though. I could might play my commander, but put counters on nothing. So I'm just like, yeah, why exactly would I do that? I guess I'll pass. Glorybringer. Already, I see. Let's see what I can find off of a Tainted Pact. What can I find that will help me? Should have probably just grabbed the Kavu. A Dismember can easily dispatch of this thing. Let's go play another land. And then I guess Nighthawk Scavenger, it's a 2/3. Another Glorybringer. Oh, holding off on the attacking, though. That's nice. I guess now let's play my commander. Yeah, but if Lathless didn't have, like, 2 creatures, I could just Sheoldred's Edict, this goes away, and then I steal it. Which would be absolutely amazing if I could steal that, but no. It's not gonna be that simple, is it? A second Glorybringer. Okay. We'll take that. We'll steal that for ourselves. I'll take it. I'm just gonna flash back that Faithless Looting I just dumped in the grave. Do I exert? Yes. Okay, never mind, I didn't actually exert. I would've just killed this. I would've gotten that off the field. Shivan Dragon. I'll play this as a 5/4, I suppose. But now this is in the way. Balefire Dragon. Whenever Balefire Dragon deals combat damage to a player, deals that much damage to each creature that player controls. So that basically just kills every creature that I have that's out. If that so much as hits me. Meanwhile, the best I'm gonna do is Deep Cavern Bat. I think I'll take the Planeswalker away from her. And I think we're starting to really run short on cards here. And she's not. We're starting to really run dry here. Sacrifice another creature or artifact if this attack this turn. Do 2 damage plus the sacrificed permanent's mana value to any target. Yeah, we're taking that Balefire Dragon off the field. Yeah, that has to go. Flying in haste. The other Shivan Dragon. Recast my commander. And then actually force my opponent to sacrifice something good. Who am I kidding? I'm still way behind at this point. Alright, we'll just sacrifice that 3 mana card to get rid of the Shivan Dragon. The one that we just stole with Reaper. 4 damage to any target when it enters. I see. This is honestly becoming a liability given how little life I have left. It's starting to turn to a liability right now. So 2 damage here, we only need to do 3 now. So sacrifice the Fyndhorn Elves in that case. Maya was starting to actually become a liability at this point. Can I find anything in my deck to stop this? Cast down. Grief. What can I rip out of my opponent's hand? We'll see if I can deal with the Planeswalker. Oh, I don't have any black mana. Whoops. Alright, we did 5 damage just now. Three damage to each creature without flying and each and each Planeswalker. Demonic Tutor. Search for any card. Anything that can just get me out of having only 2 life. 2 life is not a good place to be. Nighthawk Scavenger isn't in here anymore, right? This is not a good place to be. I can search for another card by just reviving the Runescarred Demon. Let's do that. And then that's gonna go bring back... Do I bring this back? Oh, do I not have another black mana to do that? I don't. Oh wait, I do. Oh, now I'm at 1 life. Sure. I'm not gonna be playing this at 1 life. This won't, dude, this won't work at 1 life. I'm sorry. Like, what? Okay. Dragons you control get +3. Oh, really now? Seriously? +3/+3. What can I find off of the ring of... What can I find again off this ring? Well, I need to block it. Otherwise I'm just straight up dead. Can't fetch, I don't have life for that anymore. Not allowed to fetch. Is he turning it into... Yeah, she's turning into a creature. Wait, that didn't do anything? Indestructible. I stopped reading after it becomes a creature. I didn't read the indestructible part. I forgot that. Clearly, I forgot that part. Oh, yeah, that sucks. Let's also try this hand. Just find a swamp and we'll probably be alright. But we're already, like... we're already down one game, clearly. Bayou. Doesn't matter what I produce. I'll just put Birthing Pod onto the field. I think I'll just start us off with a Hint to Turok here. Make her discard, Magma Quake, and a land. Sure. I'll go get another land myself. Creekwood Leech. And if this can stick around for a few turns, that would be nice. Glorybringer. Should've just killed this thing immediately. We're already down to 20 life here. Cast my commander. And now I have that Glorybringer for myself. Exert Glorybringer and kill her Dragon Speaker Shaman. Get rid of her creature now. Flying Haste. Now I got this thing in the way, of course. So at this point, it's like, what do we even do here? Everything she has flies, pretty much. It's getting really annoying. Yeah, I put some really nice creatures on the board, but what if I don't get to survive long enough to do anything with them? Then what? Oh! I forgot this guy has reach. I forgot he has reach, so this can actually hold the dragons back. We can actually hold them off. $12-8. 8-8. I'm gonna send the 12-8's... The 12-8's gonna go swinging. That's a nice chunk of life just gone in one shot there. Ancient Copper Dragon. Tainted Pact. No. I'm gonna probably just grab the first piece of removal that I find. No. I'll keep digging. No. 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 No, 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 nope, nope. That'd be hilarious. I just want to grab a piece of removal, just get her done. Just kill the Terror of Mount Valus, and then my creatures get double strike for the turn. I can't actually cast it, though. At least not yet, anyways. I mean, if I keep going, because I'm not even counting how many cards I'm getting rid of, I don't want to, like, accidentally wipe my entire library out. That is really the last thing I want to do, is just wipe all of it out. I guess we'll have to deal with this thing the turn after. We'll hit for 12 again. Wait, 13 damage again to each creature? Does this just kill me on the spot again? I'm at 1. With that quick thinking, I'm at 1 life. Yeah, we're not going to be actually tapping that for mana anymore. That's not happening anymore. I'm putting this back on the field. And then I'm just gonna pass. Does this just kill me? Okay, I think the next time she plays a mountain, it will kill me. Yeah. I don't even see a way to possibly get out of this. I just don't. I can't see any way out of this. Unless she just stops drawing lands the entire game. Other than that, I see no possible way out. Yeah, if I attack, this can just kill me on the clapback. She just plays a mountain, I die anyways. Okay, that is a mountain. Mithril boots cracked. Let me see how much it costs to repair these. 4,000 to fix them. One more time, and if I lose again, I gotta just switch decks. I'm gonna have another game kind of just stolen from me with Blasphemous Act. That plus, yeah, I'm losing a bunch of money in the process, so might have to just, yeah, switch decks just so I don't lose all my money. I'm gonna do, yeah, last try with the Reaper King deck. The Reaper King no more, I meant to say. Keep. Yeah, I need a swamp, and I need it now. Dragon Tempest. Okay. Let's make both players discard with Liliana of the Veil. If I find something like Animate Dead, I can just revive that Runescarred Demon anyways. That's kind of the philosophy behind that. Just put that down as a land at this point, I suppose. Each player discards again. I see. So I'm already gonna lose my Planeswalker. That's gone already, I see. What can I even play here that can just help me stay alive? Commander. Yeah, I'm not gonna be blocking this, so let's attack in the meantime. I guess let's at least attack. And all my creatures are dead again. I would love to actually be able to steal this thing for myself, by the way. Ancient Copper Dragon. Or do I just want to get this thing off the field instead? Because now I got this staring me down too, of course. Let's block here. I guess I get to steal something. Oh, Snuff Out can kill this now. Or I could just deal with a 2/2 Flying Haste, because that's all it is right now. And save the Snuff Out for something scarier. Conjure a card named Shivan Dragon into your hand. Or just do 3 damage here. Now I don't have this anymore. And now I've no longer got that either to work with. Okay, the Planeswalker is gone. That's gonna start swinging for 3 next turn, every turn. A land card. I'm gonna keep the Actually, I'll put that in the graveyard. Skull Clamp this guy. Attack with everybody. Three damage to each creature without flying and each planeswalker. Again, I see. Draw some cards, don't mind if I do. Yeah, I'll take 2. I believe I can just hard cast this, so I will. This has to attack. Balefire Dragon. And against haste, right? I'm at 5. She's still at 37 life, and I have absolutely nothing to remove this. Absolutely nothing. Can't even play the commander right now. Can't even do that. I gain protection from everything until my next turn. Another land card. This is not what I'm looking for in the slightest. I am not getting what I need in the slightest here. Attack for 10. There's a very small chance that I maybe somehow win this anyways. Very, very small chance. Hymn to Turok. I can make her lose the last 2 cards in her hand. Five. It was a land card. Last thing she had was a land. No way I just got that. No way I just pulled that one out of my ass. I just got that to work. No way. No way we just nailed it. Now I'm gonna have to pull this off again. Chaos Defiler. And 5 lands and a Nighthawk Scavenger. I'm gonna try this hand. Immediately opening up with the Dragon Tempest. Not even giving me any time to breathe, I see. No time to breathe, right? If I need to just kill something at instant speed, snuff out. Chaos Dragon attacking me immediately. Sure. Just gonna start swinging immediately. I'm gonna roll a 2 after she rolls a 5. Are you kidding me? This is just not at all going the way I need it to right now, simply put. I really don't want to use a snuff out on this. There's even scarier creatures in her deck that I have to worry about besides just this thing. I mean, I can't block it even if I cast this, so... Pass. I rolled a 1 on a d20. $20-sided dice. I roll a 1. I'm actually not even kidding. I just rolled a 1. Counters on both of these guys. Goldspan Dragon. Yeah, just before Dragon Tempest can do 3 damage to my king and... Oh, never mind. That's not a dragon. Oh, so you're saying I actually finally get some sort of a break here after having this just hit me in the face 3 times in a row? So you're saying I finally get a break? Chaos Defiler will kill this. Oh, right. If the dragon gets targeted, but Chaos Defiler doesn't target. Well, this must attack, right? Attack declaration invalid. I want to attack with this anyways if I'm allowed to. I would definitely attack if I was allowed. I don't care that I, like, must attack. I definitely would. 8 versus her 6. I rolled an 8 and she rolled a 6, so this can't swing. Land. Only 2 power on this thing. I'll still... sure. Lapis rolled 19. I rolled 11, so my Chaos Dragon cannot attack. Alright, 5 more damage to the face. Alright, pass. 2. I'll just block with my Chaos Dragon, now they're both dead. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. And I'll just put this on the field for myself. I guess if it really does anything in a non-dragon deck. Alright, now I'm at 16 life. Precisely want to stump make this do the damage so I can gain some life in the process. Something to blight onto? This guy himself. 4 damage to any target upon entering. Targeting this? Are you targeting... okay, Chaos Defiler. So that's gonna die. Chaos Defiler can kill something else upon death. So yeah, that dragon is now gone too. She seems to be running dry on land, so I think that's a really good opportunity to just abrupt decay that Dragon Speaker Shaman away. Attack with everybody. And gain some life in the process. Oh, what just happened here? Magma Quake. X damage to each creature without flying and each planeswalker. X was 2. Okay. Only losing 2 creatures, apparently. But yeah, I get to keep the one that's actually giving me life every turn, which is really nice. And with that, let's just play the One Ring. And start drawing extra cards off it, because I'm gaining life... well, depends on how many burden counters get put on this thing. I could gain life faster than this ring makes me lose it from this. So you better believe I'm going to put down the One Ring now. Dragon Tempest, Orbit Dragonkind. I'll just play this as a land. Okay, and draw a card just for free by playing the Troll because of this. I'm probably gonna win just because Lapis got mana screwed at this point. Okay, this is not a problem if she doesn't get any dragons on the field to begin with. Even if it were, Kangaroo Bloom can just remove it. Alright, let's play Dark Confidant also, I suppose. Alright, lose no life because Dark Confidant revealed a land. I don't even need the Tainted Pact. Yep, now this time, I'm gonna be like the one that's just locking out. Yeah, one of the matches I played against the dragon, I got mana screwed game 3. Alright, so even Reaper King No More can take on this dragon, apparently. Yeah, even Reaper King No More can take her on. Just as before, the lock room behind your fallen foe does not hold any prisoners. Again, because it is just all too easy to... It's still easy to get through this gate, right? Yeah, it's still all too easy to clip through these gates. I'm just gonna go in here anyways and steal the Mox Ruby. Because it's so easy to do that. Yeah, it was still a lot. We had like 30,000 gold, I believe, at one point, and now we're all the way down to 15,000. I mean, yeah, at least we're done. Yet another boss. Interesting. I might want to play this again for old time's sake, Anna Fenza. Is that still good in 2026 even? I don't know, I kind of also, just for the hell of it, want to see what kind of cards... What are they selling in this shop here? Are they selling anything interesting in here? It's just a bunch of random cards for sale. When Arena Rector dies, you may exile it. If you do, search your library for a Planeswalker card. Put it onto the battlefield and shuffle your library. Yeah, not really, like, trying to collect that many Planeswalkers, though. Oh, it's my old Colonian Behemoth from pretty much when the series started. Colonian Behemoth. Literally from when the series started. Because I entered a Magic 2010 booster draft in this game. And this was, like, the best card I pulled for my limited deck in Magic 2010 sealed. So yeah, I'm picking that up again, I guess, for old time's sake. Even though it was, like, only literally last month that we just wrecked a bunch of opponents with it. When you cast Decimator of the Provinces, creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain Trample until end of turn. I mean, I suppose it's like budget Craterhoof Behemoth. I might as well pick one of those up. Oh, speaking of Krenko Mob Boss, there he is. That is, if I actually want to play a bunch of goblins. You know what? If I ever find myself with a critical mass of goblins, I'm probably going to play Krenko for the fun of it. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 blue fairy creature token with flying. And it's just a 2/1 with flying, worst case scenario for 2. But yeah, best case scenario, I'm getting a free, like, 1/1 every single turn with that. Which sounds really nice for 2 mana. Ophelia Exuberant Shepherd. Whenever this attacks, exile up to one other target non-land permanent, and then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. And if it was one of your cards, put a +1/+1 counter on Ophelia. Yeah, I think this is like still like one of the top picks for like 1v1 French Duel Commander. This is like still like a top contender in that meta, I believe. So you better believe in picking it up. When Soul Snuffers enters, put a -1/-1 counter on each creature. That's one way to get -1/-1 counters on stuff for Reaper King. Okay, I believe that's the Greek Cleopatra again. Looks like Cleopatra, I believe. But it's in Greek. Oh, I might as well pick this back up if I don't already own it. Transmute, discard, search your library for anything with a convert mana cost of 3. And the card is dirt cheap, so might as well. Okay, that was just the wall. A 0/7 wall. In blue, though, so I can't even put it in Felithar. Because it's in blue. Wait, put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Am I reading that right? Okay, but I gotta pay 8 mana for this thing. At least you're typically supposed to pay 8 mana for this. Serra Ascendant. As long as you have 30 or more... Don't I start with 30 or more life? Then, yeah, it's a 6/6 flying lifelink. I start with 30 plus life, I believe. So if I need a card to just basically, like, steal games with, then... Oh, clues you control have Exalted? I mean, I guess that's decent for 2 mana, but that's only decent. I mean, it's good, but not, like, exceptionally good. It's not especially good, though, however. Oh, wow, it's Dingus Egg. That's old school. That's old school indeed. Destroy X target artifacts. I think that's maybe a sideboard card at best. Still something I'd pick up. At least it's a sideboard card you could play against the heavy artifact deck. That's a volcano? Apparently it's a volcano. Frontier Necessities. Teamer cards. So, green, blue, and red. Green, blue, and red. I want to see what else they got here. I know there's Animar Soul of Elements, and I did already just use the Smith to buy one, but I actually do want to see what else they'd be, like, selling here. Conjure a duplicate of a random creature card with that mana value from among the creatures on the field, or in general? Random number between 1 and X. X can't be 0. Placeholder image. Display commander. Whenever a creature with a counter on it dies, you draw a card. I want to see what else they got. Moloch. When it enters, fights up to one target creature an opponent controls. And this can be as big as you want, as much as it, well, depending on how much mana you have lying around. This could be as, yeah, this could be like really big if you have lots of mana to spare. If X is 5 or more, draw a card when it enters, and for sure it's probably going to kill something once it's that big. So yeah, this enters, comes in potentially really big, kills something when it arrives, and maybe draws you a card too. I'm not saying no to that. Except I need more cards to let me cascade though if I want to build around this. If that spell's power is 4 or greater, draw a card whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this thing. Interesting. I mean, yeah, technically we already own one of these. I kind of just spawned it in with the Smith in case, I don't know, what if I was literally never gonna go like the entire playthrough without ever seeing an Animar Soul of Elements? And I was probably only gonna really run this if I was like absolutely desperate to play this again, like in Forged Adventure mode. But yeah, we actually just found Animar. Well, we actually found a copy without the help of the Smith. So now, yeah, technically didn't need to use the Smith to get Animar. We just found it. Just trial and error with the shop, so we just found one. Yeah, the green, blue, red shop, that's definitely the place to find it. If you're not just gonna go to the Smith and have it made there for you, this would probably be like the other best place to find it. I should probably actually read some of these before I just immediately just look at more cards. Maybe there might be some other, like, stupidly good, like, creatures in these color combos or other cards. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card if you have no cards in hand, otherwise discard a card. I would love to try this out too, but I don't know. This in my Animar deck, I don't know if I actually be able to make it work out or not. I mean, I guess a guy can dream. Copy something when it enters the battlefield, copy any creature on the battlefield, and then every turn, just... every turn, it just makes another copy of what you copied earlier. Sounds like a good time. I believe this was in the exact same, like, Commander Precon as Animar. But yeah, this one's just way too overcosted if you ask me. You're getting an absolutely horrendously, like, underpowered creature for its mana cost. I mean, at least the 2 abilities are cool. And then you gotta just funnel extra mana in to actually copy, like, spells and creatures. I just wish it didn't cost 5 mana. Because, like, yeah, the creature you get for, like, 5 mana. Yeah. You basically have, like, Grizzly Bear stats. But yeah, being able to copy, like, all your instants and sorceries and creatures does sound like fun, though. Not a wolf. Wait, that's Hermit Druid? If you just fill your entire deck with non-basic lands, depending on how many colors you run, that might be, like, not even that hard to do these days. If you just do your entire deck with non-basic lands, this just puts your deck into your graveyard. Very easily. Yeah, imagine this in Thassa's Oracle. Oh, I already have Ragavan. I guess if I wanted another one... Fork! Any sorcery or instant spell just cast is doubled. Do I dare try and just fork some random, like, instant or sorcery spell? I kinda wanna try that. That's pretty good. I remember this card being pretty good. Oh, another way to become the Monarch. I guess if Aragorn needed that, he's got it. Or just something to do if I have a bunch of mana lying around. Or even if I don't, because that could be as small or as big as I need it to be. Sell one. We have, like, yeah, still, like, a little under, like, a little over 650 cards. Oh, I thought my game was about to crash for a second. Must just be, like, trying to load in all these cards that I have. That probably explains it. So, one of these days, I'm probably building an Animar Soul of Elements deck with the capital that I've now achieved. Yeah, with all the capital I've now, like, gotten my hands on, I'm probably gonna be building Animar in the foreseeable future now, too. With all this stuff that I have in my collection. I guess I can show you what I have to work with. Alright, towards, like, the top end of the curve, what do we have? There's a reason why I picked up Ancestral Statue all this time ago. Having this in mind, having Animar Soul of Elements in mind pretty much, like, the entire playthrough. Picking up cards that would go really well in it. Pretty much anything with, like, a high mana value. Stuff that doesn't have, like, too many colored mana symbols in it. So, for example, Lord of Change, if Animar was large enough, I could make this cost only 1 mana instead of normally 7. So yeah, we already have, like, a lot of nice curve toppers for an Animar list. Draw a card for each creature you control. This could cost as little as 2 mana instead of the normal 7 that it usually does. Yeah, imagine just, like, getting Animar to be, like, Yeah, imagine Animar getting big enough that Kozilek literally costs 0 mana to cast instead of 10. That's entirely possible. So ideally, as many ways as possible we would want to play in our deck to ramp out Animar. So yeah, ideally, we look for as many ways to get Animar out by the second turn as possible. I certainly have a few. Yeah, I know there are even more out there, I just need to find them. Tinderwall could also technically get us there as well. Alright, this is a 2-drop that can make 4 green mana if you have a creature with power 4 or greater. If Animar can stick around, I don't think that should be too hard. These are just some of the options that we have at our disposal here. Those are just like a few of the options we have to work with. Yeah, if I just play a bunch of, like, super high mana valued cards that Animar can just let me cast for dirt cheap. Even if I cast, like, I don't know, say... Yeah, this, for example. Even if I'm paying 1 mana for it, it still counts as something with a converted mana cost of 5 or greater, so I'd still draw off the Beanstalk. Even if Animar lets me just get this into play for 1, for example. Just to show you just how many, like, options we actually have to work with here. There's a reason I've just been picking up cards that just go really well in an Animar deck. Once I find the commander, it might be time to just go to town and start just absolutely demolishing opponents with, like, potentially a fully refined Animar deck. Search your library for any creature card when this enters. If you... well, we have to discard a card, but still. I think with just the capital that I have in my possession already, I can make probably like an absolute monstrosity of a deck already with what I have.